Good evening, everyone. I am Vaishnavi Vaiti from Kirin Advisors. Welcome to the virtual roadshow of Divyadhan Recycling Industries Limited. Today, we will provide a brief overview of the company and its innovative business model, along with the insights into the recycling industry. Divyadhan Recycling Industries Limited specializes in manufacturing recycled polyester staple fiber (RPSF) and recycled pellets. They are known for their hollow and solid RPSF, valued for resilience and used in premium pillows, cushions, and pellets across industries like clothing, home furnishings, automotive components, and insulation materials. From management team, we have Mr. Varun Gupta, Managing Director.
Hello.
Good evening, sir. Welcome.
Hi.
Mr. Pratik Gupta, Director. Good evening, Pratik sir. Welcome. From Narnolia Financial Services Limited, we have Mr. Prashant Singh, Executive Director.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Prashant sir. Welcome. Now we will start with the company presentation.
Yes. So can I
What?
start now, Vaishnavi?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I would like to thank all of you who are attending this presentation for taking out the time and showing interest in Divyadhan. We are really humbled by your attendance. So I will quickly give you all a brief background about Pratik Gupta and myself. So I am born, brought up in Delhi. Pratik ji is from Bombay. We both are engineers. I am a BTech in electronics. He has done computer engineering, and then we happen to be in the UK for our post graduation at the same time. And I was basically doing a dissertation project. I've done my MBA from City University, London. So during the dissertation, I stumbled upon this concept of recycling and sustainability. So this really intrigued me, and I discussed my idea with Pratik. We both come from good family businesses, but we wanted to do something additional also outside the family businesses. So we were really young that time, 26 years old, and we said, okay, fine. Recycling space is something that we should come back to India and probably start with. So we came back, studied the project. Out of all the different forms of plastic, PET was something that we were really interested about. And then, of course, because of our humble background, starting a new project seemed to be almost impossible for both of us because it's highly capital intensive. So then we studied if there was some kind of a distress asset or any plant on sale which was doing similar work. So then we were interested in acquiring that asset. So in 2016, we were lucky enough to locate this Baddi project, which was basically sold to us under SURFACI Act by Axis Bank. So we acquired the factory in 2016, and we thought that we have really achieved something and we have done a tough job. But to our surprise, once we acquired the factory, we found out that now the new challenge has actually begun, and it took us both of us 3 years, 3 long years to start the production in the factory because there were many statutory compliances, licenses, permissions, a lot of defaults by the previous promoter group that we all had to get cleared. And then eventually machinery and all, everything was damaged, was stolen. So we had to basically put a lot of efforts, and we started the factory in 2019. So we started with the 20 ton per day manufacturing of recycle flakes. So PET bottles is basically washed and then shredded into flakes. So we started with 20 tons of production per day of flakes, and then we started with 550 tons of monthly production of recycled polyester fiber. So we ventured into the most common category, which is solid fiber, which is used for spinning, and it is then spun and made into yarns. So that was the most easiest. That is basically traded around 60-65 rupees. But then I feel that gradually when we started going to the market, we started understanding the market. And because our production is around 25 tons a day, so very, very soon we realized and we made our mind that we want to operate in this segment in the niche category. We do not want to be in the easy fiber making category. So then we slowly ventured into hollow siliconized fiber. It took us 2-3 months to get the quality that we desired, that we had envisioned. And after 3-4 months, I think in the early 2018, 2019, Divyadhan had already started making hollow siliconized fiber. Hollow siliconized fiber, I will tell people who are not aware, is basically goes into non-woven application. So anywhere in cushions, blankets, toys, car seats, all these applications, you use hollow siliconized fiber. The last year production for Divyadhan in terms of, yes, you can move on. Next slide, please. So the last year production for Divyadhan has been where we are now making 8,000 tons of, this is annual production of hollow fiber combined with microfiber and then also hollow conjugate fiber. Hollow conjugate usually trades at around 90 to 95 rupees. For the last 8 to 10 months, we have been successful in making good quality hollow conjugate fiber, which is even used for higher niche applications. We are very proud that we are one of the only plants in North India. There, I think, are around 8 to 12 recycle factories in North India, but everybody is usually in the spinning category. We are the only ones who are making niche fiber, which is hollow conjugate and microfiber. And last year, we, from our own internal accruals, the profit that the company has created after paying off the debt to the bank, we have almost nil debt at the moment. The company is loan free. So we used our internal accruals, and then we have installed a recycled pellet chips plant. Recycled chips is basically the talk of the town, is making a lot of noise. Now it is going to be, it is already mandatory in Europe and US, other developed nations, but now it is very soon, it's going to be mandatory in India also, that any factory, any organization which is basically involved in manufacturing of anything related to PET by using virgin PET has to now start, at least 30% mixing has to come from recycled pellets. So we ordered the line in November. This year, January, the line had come. And for the last 3-4 months, the trials are going on. We have always been ahead of the curve. So right now in North India, the customers that we are targeting, everyone is usually making preform out of virgin pellets. So it is a challenge where we have to go to the customer, sit with them, explain them the cost benefits and also the environmental benefits, their contribution to the environment, and last but not the least, that it is now mandatory that in future they will have to ultimately start using the recycled pellet. So I think this is a huge space that needs more exploration. And last but not the least, I would also mention that so the capacity for the recycled pellets is 300 tons per month. So the annual capacity is around 3,000 to 3,600 tons. And we have just started full scale production for the last 2 months, because after the trials, we have found 2 to 3 customers who have started purchasing these pellets. And in Divyadhan, we have always believed that we have believed in sustainable growth, in gradual growth, but yet try to be highly profitable. The last 4-5 years of our journey has been a roller coaster ride. There has been, believe me, to set up a distress asset and then turn it around is full of challenges. Every day we feel that we have solved some problem and next day is going to be easier, and then something else comes out next day. But of course, the benefits are immense. As on date, the intrinsic value of our plant, the land and the building and everything is huge, which if you have to go over for a new factory, there is a huge gap. So of course, if you keep at it and if you keep working continuously, then there's light at the end of the tunnel. So we've always tried to take risk which the factory can bear. We have never tried to go overboard. We have always maintained, till now we have always maintained our stance at sustainable growth. And now, because the debt has been repaid and we have already established our brand in North India, we really enjoy good reputation amongst our customers. Our fiber is traded at a premium price compared to our competitors who have a huge legacy backing them up. So I think now we decided that it's the time that we already have 3 verticals. We have can we move on to the next slide? that we have wash line where we are basically shredding the plastic bottles into flakes. We have upgrade with the new IPO issue coming. Mr. Pratik will tell us the expansion plans, but we have three verticals for revenue. We have wash flakes, we have 8,000 metric tons of production of annual fiber, and then we have the R pellet chips. And both the categories, whether it is wash flakes or whether it is R pellet chips, they have better margins and huge scope of expansion. So I think I will now ask Mr. Pratik to take this forward. I have covered most of the points mentioned in the presentation in my speech. So maybe we can move to the next slides and then Pratik ji will take it forward.
Yes. Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being here. Uh, very well put. Gave our journey. We never took, as Varunji was saying, uh, when we started, we were very, very young. And, when you start, because this was a plant which others had tried to start three other times, many veterans before us had already tried to start this plant. It did not happen. So many consultants at the time would say it's impossible. But there is certain vigor in youth. मतलब सुन तो लेते हैं पर समझ में नहीं आता impossible का meaning. So you keep at it, and then it was like it's impossible to make 700 tons. Then that was also possible. Then it became impossible to make this type of fiber. That was also done. So we have proved the naysayers time and again wrong. So I think that is what we intend to keep doing. I don't think there is any question on our operational capability, and that will reflect in the financials. So if you can go to the next slides, please. So obviously this is a certificate driven business. We have all the standard certifications. We have certification from TUV and GRS. GRS obviously is going to be the new standard for recycling, and it's not an easy certificate to get. But if you do the ethical recycling, if you do it the right way, which is what we are doing, we plan on expanding our portfolio of certifications as well. Next slide, please. So business vertical already explained to you. It's right now fiber and pellets. Both are good businesses. Both are profitable businesses. There is a really high potential for chips. Chips is a very technical product. It requires a lot of technical aspects. It's a typical product, as we say in engineering, that it's not so easy to make. It is not like you put the machine and then you have chips and you're selling it. It requires a lot of expertise, a lot of fine tuning, which is what we are able to do. Thank you. Next slide, please. This is a picture of the fibers. If Varun, you want to explain some of these fibers, just overview of.
Yes, so basically, as I said, that we are basically operating in the space of hollow conjugate and microfiber. So all the microfiber is basically used for as a filling fiber. We are making fine denier microfilling fiber, and in the non-woven applications that you see on the right side of the screen is the fiber that we make, which is called hollow fiber, which goes in filling applications. Next slide, please. This basically is a very easy way that we wanted to put in the slide, and we will quickly take you through of how the process works. So the PET bottles are collected, and then the PET bottles are segregated for any waste like non-PET, and the cap of the bottle is from PP, PVC wrapper. Everything is removed in the wash line that we already have from the segregation. Then the cleaning and washing of PET bottle happens. All of this is automated process, and once the bottles are cleaned and contamination is removed, then they go to a cutter where the shredding happens, and the PET bottles are converted into PET flakes. That PET flakes is then vacuumed, heated, moisture is removed, and extrusion takes place. Post extrusion, you can either convert the polymer into pellets, which we are doing, or you can take the polymer and convert it into spinning fiber by stretching it on a draw line. Next slide, please. So that's why expansion for us to pellets was easier, because 80% of the production process is same. We have already discussed the categories of the fiber. Next slide, please. Same process I have told. Next. This is the product-wise revenue breakup. You will see that the revenue from the pellets is very less in FY24 because we started the operations in January, February, and the 2 months of that financial year, mostly the trials were going on. So at the moment, the revenue share of pellets was less for last year, but FY25, we will have significant increase in the revenue and also the share from pellets. If you see the top line for Divyadhan for FY22, 23, 24, you might have a opinion that there is not much growth in the top line, but that is because I already took this point before in my speech that we have always been very conservative, and because we started from scratch, we don't have much resource, so we had been conservative in the past, and we wanted that the factory should be capable enough in itself to repay the debt first and move towards sustainable growth and expansion. We've seen COVID times, we've seen Notebandi when that happened, and we've seen many other strikes in Baddi. So I feel that we have witnessed many seasons now, and I think the whole graph of the recycle fiber segment and market in the last 5 years we have witnessed. So we are very well poised with all the insights, what can go right, what can go wrong, and then we both believe that now is the time that there is so much to do, and the kind of insights that we have about the segment and what all new things can be done related to plastic recycling. So that is also the reason that we thought that it is now time to switch gears, and maybe with the support of people like you, we move towards expansion. Next slide, please. These are few pictures of our manufacturing facility in Baddi. I haven't spoken about our location. We really enjoy one of the most prime locations in Baddi. If you enter the Baddi region, we are on the highway, situated on an inclined hill. The whole road is dedicated to the factory. There's a railway station which is coming right across. So the Vande Bharat from Delhi will then eventually go right outside the factory. And we have 3 acres of land. And I think the current land value is more than 30 crores. Next slide, please. These are a list of machinery and equipments. We can move forward. Next. This is the capacity utilization. There has been no increase in production capacity in the last 3-4 years since we acquired the plant, but we have always fine-tuned the current production capacity. So we started in the first year, I think we made around 500 tons of fiber every month. Then we moved to 600. And in this last year, in the last 5-6 months only, we have now reached a monthly capacity of 700 tons using the same setup, because it's a learning graph for us also, keeping all the resources same, just fine-tuning the machinery, changing the raw material, and trying to get the best production out of the existing setup. Next slide, please. This is the region-wise split for our sales. Our product, we are the most loved and the most appreciated in the product category that we are operating. If you go, feel free to go to Panipat, to Ludhiana, to Delhi, speak to people who are making toys, who are making cushions, who are exporting blankets, and the fiber is sold under the brand name of DD because we are Divyadhan. So just go to the market, ask them what fiber you are using for making your product and which fiber do you prefer. So you will get a response about Divyadhan. We are the only ones in North India doing this product category, based in Baddi. Any customer who calls us from Delhi, Jaipur, Panipat and Ludhiana, if they call us before 4 o'clock, any day, 365 days a year, they get 6 to 7 tons material, what they require within the next 24 hours. That is the reason that we enjoy 1 or 2 rupees premium. Any other factory who's operating in this segment is based in west part of the country. minimum lot size that comes is 25 tons. So the buyer has to plan 1 month in advance, has to send the advance 1 month in advance, and then the material comes and they have to have space for 25 tons. So our location is one of the highest selling points and strengths that Divyadhan is enjoying at the moment. Next slide, please. This is the management team. Prateek, Mr. Prateek, myself, Manoj, he has a very, very good understanding of the fiber space, good career, extensive career, and Mr. Satish Chandra Sharma and Ms. Priyanka Agarwal. Next slide, please. So this is an overview of the polyester fiber market expansion, future outlook. CAGR has been growing by 5 to 6% every year. The lifestyle of the consumer is changing. People are getting more and more aware. People want to use brands that are making products out of sustainability. So the drive and push to reuse is really going up. There is a growth of 20-25% annually in this segment. So yes, of course, recycling is the next big thing now. Next slide, please. Next. These are few insights of the PSF markets, trends, challenges. Challenges, of course, I believe is there are multiple challenges as any other business has. So anyone, and I think Prateek and myself, we have been really successful in creating the right supply chain. So our suppliers who stand with us, because to get bottle regularly, to regularly procure the raw material, to ensure that the fiber that you are producing is regularly lifted by the consumer in the market is a big challenge. So I think that we have been able to ace that, and that is also one of the major reasons of our venture being so successful at the moment. Next slide, please. This is an interesting point, which is talking about our strategic strengths and operational excellence. So we have our own manufacturing facility. The management has a strategic approach, flexible order handling, customer relationship. I think this all is mentioned in the slides, but I would like to again touch the point about our ethos, and I think about our value systems. So we have really always tried from day one that we have good governance in the factory. We There are other companies operating in this space which are 15-20 years before us, but I don't know the reasons, but none of them have been able to come to a stage where they are even thinking of going public. So I think good governance and the value system that we have very strong ethos. We really keep the factory and the benefits of the factory way ahead of our personal interests. So that is again our strength. We are really agile. We think ahead of the curve. We try and read a lot. We meet a lot of people. We keep traveling, seeing what is coming more in the recycle space. We have great ideas in our minds. We really envision that Divyadhan should be synonymous to plastic recycling. So if you talk about plastic recycling, then Divyadhan should be the name that should come to your mind. So we have huge ideas in future to explore the recycle market, maybe look for some more merger and acquisitions, and then to build on recycling various kinds of plastic and not limit only ourselves to PET. Next slide, please. I have already spoken about opportunity and expansion. Next, please. These are the key financials, and I will ask Mr. Prateek Gupta to talk about them. Prateek, you are on mute.
As you can see, gentlemen, ladies, we have, we've done good growth in terms of our profit margin. This is primarily due to increasing the value of the fiber that we sell. Maybe we are not able to increase the quantity because quantity is related to the machine. वो machine उतना ही quantity बना सकती है जितना बन सकता है उसमें. The capacity is limited by physics, but we have tried to increase the value of the fiber, and we continue to do that every year. last to last year was when we moved to the hollow fiber, which is a higher variation of the solid fiber. It is more value addition, and now we are recently going to go into even higher valuation of the fiber. So we see good growth in fiber. Fiber is not a slow growing industry, it is a good growing industry, tremendous opportunity. uh, Everything is being converted. Pehle feather fill hota tha, now it is completely driven by fiber. Earlier carpet yarns was all acrylic. Now we've cracked that market, and our fiber is going in carpet yarns. So because the pet is a very versatile product, we are seeing and more industries are adopting pet recycling, and they want recycled products. So we are finding new industries, new applications. So there is a lot to do and lot to explore. It's not done at any point of time. So going forward, obviously, we are having a very good expansion project in line. We are going to expand our capacity nearly 3 times what our current capacity is, and we are going to use your funds. So your company is going to expand 3 times. We've already expanded into other polymers, PET, recycling of other forms, and recycling is a very big mandate. Recycling is coming across all plastic products, HD, PP, PE. सब रिसाइकिल करना है, सबके ऊपर मैंडेट है. We have to be environmentally conscious for all of these products, not just PET. So we have a good experience of the last 10 years about all these products. We are very well poised to use our knowledge to be early entrants into the next generation of recycling, because this is also a growing industry. New technologies are coming in every day. Yes, next slide, please. Yes. So this is our profit and loss. So as you can see that our EBITDA margins have increased between 22 and 23. 24, 25 will see a similar bump, because 23, 24 was largely stabilizing, and now we can see that in manufacturing, growth is usually exponential. It is not steady growth. Once we have our new units, we keep adding more units, more and more units. So it's an exponential growth. It's not steady growth. So we are doing very good work in fiber, and Varunji already explained to you. We enjoy a very strong brand name in the industry for this. Yes, next slide, please. This is a snapshot of our balance sheet for you to have a look and get a reference. We'll come to the ratios in a bit, so you'll have a better idea of the internal strength of our company and the sound footing and foundation that we are standing on right now. Yes, next slide, please. This is our cash flow. This is primarily due to the investments that we have done. We've done the investment into new chips line from self funds accrued in the company. So these are the cash flow, healthy cash flows. Next slide, please. So this is a good for all investors should remember this. The debt to equity has been going down every year. We are now 48 lakhs of long-term debt. That is it. Your company will be debt-free after this IPO, with ample amount of funds to deploy purely in machinery. Secondly, your company has a very healthy interest service coverage ratio, good ROE, good ROCE. Yes, next slide, please. Your company's current ratio last year is showing 1.14. I would like to add to this that this is including 2 crores of investment that we have done for the capex. So our ratio is even higher, but this includes the investment into the capex investment. 1.14 is including the capex, uh, and that's why it's a very healthy position to be in. Everything is covered. We have worked very hard to get here. We have laid very strong foundation. We are approaching for the next 10 years. this IPO with very sound mind and strategy that we have to grow this exponentially. We are in the right place financially to do this. We are in the right place age-wise to do this. We have many years of hard work ahead of us. So we feel now is a good time to take this leap forward. Yes, next slide, please. This is our
These are
issue
the
highlights. As you can,
Narnolia
yeah.
talk about. Yeah.
Narnolia can explain more on the issue
Hello
highlights, please.
everyone. This is our issue highlights. We are issuing 37 lakh 76,000 equity shares, and the issue price is 60 to 64 per equity share, and the lot size is 2,000 equity shares. The total issue size is 24.17 crores.
Next slide, please. I will just like to add few points that whatever money we are raising, we are one of the very few companies where no money that we are raising will be going for any kind of repayment. None of the amount is going for any kind of civil work. The entire money is going to be deployed for increase of production by adding more machinery, and some amount of the money, which will be 10 to 20%, we are keeping for corporate purpose. So money received from the investors is immediately going to be deployed for enhancing the production. Already the machines have been ordered by our own resources, and April 2025, which is next year, we are aiming that we will come out with full production, and whatever numbers you are seeing, there is going to be far more. We're not really allowed to disclose, but I would say more than double the revenues we are looking at going forward, and also with better profitability, because we are venturing into recycled pellets and we are going to focus on that category as well. Next, please. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Varun, sir. Now we will
So
start with the question and
yes,
answers.
Vishali, before we start with the question and answers, Pratik and I would want to urge that uh, we both have had a very long vision with Dividend. So we will really request and encourage the investors to look at us with a minimum 2 to 5 year vision. So anyone who's thinking that we are going to do some magic in the next 2 3 months is not going to happen. We are raising money. We are very honest about it. We are raising money. We are deploying it. The next 5 6 months, we will have similar numbers, similar revenue, slightly increase in PAT. But going forward, once everything is deployed in the next 6 months and the production starts, everyone will see incremental growth in terms of revenue and profits. So kindly have that vision aligned with our vision, and we are sure that you people will be really happy that you've taken a smart decision by investing in Divyadhan. So we open the floor now for any question and answers. Very happy to take any questions.
Thank you. I request all the participants to post their questions in the comment box. So, first question is from Contra Value Bets. Who are your biggest clients? Whom do you supply to? How much concentration of top client is on your revenue? Meaning, top client gives how much percentage of your revenue?
Okay, so we refrain from selling directly to the consumer who's manufacturing pillows and toys and exporting, because there is problem with the payments, and to run any kind of a factory you need constant collection from the market. So we have identified very strong channel partners for Punjab, for Panipat in Haryana, and for Delhi and for Rajasthan market, and we consistently do business with them. We have worked for many seasons with them, and they're the brightest and the most well established in these respective territories. And there is no particular purchase order that goes and comes every month. It is just that we have been doing business for so long, 6 years now. So everyone has fixed their quantity that they have to pick from Divyadhan, and because the fiber of price for recycled fiber fluctuates depending on the current price, we just finalize the price for a particular bulk order, and then we do bulk bookings and we keep supplying. Panipat, Delhi are our biggest markets in terms of consumption, and followed by Ludhiana and Rajasthan.
Okay. Next question, please. Darshil Zaveri. Why has revenue remained the same range since last 3 years?
So we already touched this point. The revenue has remained stable in the last 3 years because we have not really had any money spent on the production capacity expansion. The production has remained the same. That is why the revenue has remained the same, because our focus was on sustaining and slow growth. In these last 3 years, we were trying to bring stability to the plant, also repaying all the debt of the bank while making profits in the company. So that is why the top line has remained same.
Next question, please. Contra value bets. Hollow conjugate fiber. What is the usage of this product?
So hollow conjugate fiber is again is a non-woven application fiber where you open the fiber and then you use it for products which fetch you more price. So any domestic consumer who is manufacturing for export related orders uses conjugate fiber. So the bounce ability of conjugate fiber. So once you open the fiber using high pressure air, and then you fill it in a pillow. Imagine vacuuming that pillow, it becomes like a thin sheet, and then you export it via sea. So whenever the vacuum is removed, the pillow has to bounce back. So not many recycle fiber manufacturing facilities have been able to make good conjugate fiber. It is highly technical. Lot of R&D happens. So this is a niche application of conjugate fiber that 3 months, 4 months later also, if a chain like Target or IKEA is selling cushion which is using our hollow conjugate fiber, the fiber has to bounce back and come back to its original position.
Okay. Next question. Darshil Zaveri. What is asset turnover we can expect from new capex?
Pratik, will you like to take this? So we are basically not really allowed to be very clear on the numbers, but I already touched it indirectly that with the new capex, we are
About
going to do. Sorry,
2.5 times. Two
two
About
and a
two
half,
and a half times. About
two
two.
and a half
Yeah.
times of the current revenue.
Yes.
It's going to be an incremental growth.
Next question. Adeshwar Gulcha. What's the dilution in current round?
25%. Around 25,
Around
26%.
26%, 26.5%.
26. Yes, 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 yes.
Okay. Next question. Jay Bakshi. We are in B2B business. So how do we add new customers in our business?
You have to work very, very hard, and you have to go out there and you have to study the product. And if the this is all secondary. Adding customers and all is all, you have the right product and the customers come to you. So I would say that our focus has already, at least what's worked for us, is that we have only done the hard work and made our product absolutely perfect for the market. And we find that customers just find us somehow, they just keep coming. We have a full order book even today. Even lean periods we see full order book. So we never face the problem of adding new customers.
Next question, please. Ananya Swaminathan. How does the company plan to expand its customer base across industries like packaging, home furnishing, and textiles?
So customer base is, I think, largely it's all agent driven. One pillow is, let's say, 700, 600, 700 grams, right? So even the largest consumer will not be able to be a direct customer for us. So it has to be agent driven work. So the material is already going in these industries. In packaging, we will be targeting the rpet chips is going to be a good target for the packaging. And home furnishing, already I think we are the leader. Textiles is a down cycling in our opinion. So we are converting, single use to many years of use. We have converted the plastic, so it's upcycling for us. So home furnishing, we are already adding new customers. Our fiber is already very popular. We may go for expansion of the current project as well, add more capacity to our fiber. We have the investor support. Then the world is the oyster. You keep adding, we keep doing the hard work.
Next question, please. Jayesh Lal, what is the usage of fibers and pellets?
Fiber is fiber is used in, pellets is a completely different industry. The vertical is completely different. Pellets is more for packaging. Pellets is more for, beverages, sheets, films. Fiber is more for clothing. It is more for filling. Anything that has to replace the cotton feel is fiber, and anything that replaces a sort of synthetic or sort of like packaging product is pellets.
Okay. Next question, please. Sachet Gupta, any region diversification expected?
We would love to expand locations. We would love to expand all over India. Southeast Asia is a very good target. Southeast Asia is also very good. Recycling projects are coming up, so we want to expand everywhere. We feel like we want to do work everywhere. We are limited by the support, but hopefully now going forward we feel we will have the support for all of the regional diversification. जहाँ जहाँ बोलेंगे आप, हम जाके plant लगा लेंगे basically. That will not be an issue.
Okay. Next question, please. Lavanya Balkrishnan, do we
Yes,
get
yes.
EPR?
Yes, we do get EPR cards.
We
Yes.
were the first ones in the industry to get ourselves registered and start taking EPR on the recycled fiber, and
Yes, we do.
huge money comes from the EPR credits.
Okay. Next question. Darshil Zaveri, with new products coming in, what will be the blended margin for the company?
What is blended margin? I'm sorry.
Maybe we can talk about the PAT only. What is the PAT that we are looking at, or because we will consolidate, merge profits from all
Okay,
three
okay,
verticals.
okay. Um, we expect very good returns from the pellets line, and the project that we are going in the IPO is going to be the B2B flakes, which is again very profitable. It requires, a lot of intricate knowledge. What we are doing is we are putting a very big line which other competitors are putting at upwards of 40-45 crores. We are putting in 18 crores because we have the domain experience. We are able to know what machine are the critical machines. We don't have expenses on any utilities. We don't have to buy a boiler ETP, or we don't have. We're just expanding our ETP. Uh, we don't have to make road boundary building. Nothing of this sort has to be done. So bang for the buck is tremendous over here, because each money, every rupee is going directly into the machines. That is why we are expecting a very high jump in revenue with such a small fundraise.
Okay. Next question, please. Contra value notes. You said TUV
Not the
certificate.
not the TUV. TUV is obviously TUV is more difficult than
Yes,
going online and getting
yes.
the certificate.
Yes, yes, we do a
TUV is
huge audits, and for a
yes,
for a plant our scale, to ensure that we are working as per the standards of ISO is also a great learning for both Pratik and I, because we were also compelled to follow the practices which are required. Otherwise, it is a very important certificate to get, and same is the GRS Global Recycling Certificate.
GRS. GRS is
It
now
will
getting tougher and
it will
tougher
take time.
every
It will take
day.
time.
It's
Yes.
getting we are hearing people GRS ही नहीं मिल रहा अब तो भाई बहुत मुश्किल हो गया, because as you people want the recycling to be done the right way. Recycling should not defeat the purpose of carbon neutrality. Carbon को वो आपको it cannot be more polluting than virgin. So that's why GRS is going to play a big role. It's going to go more expensive as we go into the recycling space.
Next
Also,
Yes, next.
question.
Sorry,
for
next
the next
question.
question, I would like to point out
Please.
that we are also BIS compliant. All our products that we are making are basically having BIS certificate. And in India, in the recycled fibers market, if you do not have the BIS certificate, then you cannot sell your fiber. So we have spent time,
Yes.
lot of due diligence has gone on that, and all our products now come with BIS license.
Okay. Next question. Chirag Maru, what are the challenges that we face scaling from a regional to national player?
We are already a national player. It's not. We are. We are because the overall capacity in India for this segment is around, say, 4,000, 5,000 tons. So we are already a significant part of that. So upwards of 20%, 25% is what we are already taking. It's just that the market is centered around two regions. So freight becomes an issue. But otherwise, we already a national player. We our product is going internationally. Our end product is going to very large global brands. But the advantage we share is the location advantage, because the mandi is in Panipat for this. It's a very big mandi. Ludhiana is a very big mandi for furniture. The cost advantage for freight, location advantage. 7 ton की गाड़ी मंगवानी है भाई, वहाँ से सूरत से आएगी 22-25 ton की. We can send, as Varun ji said, 5-7 tons. We send it overnight. It reaches. So these are all advantages which add to the returns.
Okay. Next question. Mitesh Vora, your capacity for recycled fiber is almost 85 to 90% occupied. Is there any plan for expansion for the same?
Of course, we keep expanding. We feel like now we are in a position where our sales is much better than our production. We even in the very lean times, we don't seem to have any stock in the plant. So we will definitely be going for expansion for recycled fiber, 100%. Not 100% expansion, 100% we will be expanding, as in positively we'll be
Expanding.
expanding.
But
Yes.
at the moment, with this fundraise, we are focusing majorly at enhancing our wash line capacity by 50 tons
Yes.
a day, and also the recycled pellets that we want to focus on. So at the moment, we
Yes.
are focusing on that, and then of course we'll see and we'll think about fiber also.
Okay. Next question is contra value bets. If you would try to do an expansion, would that be green or brown?
We are open to all expansion. We are open to new tie-ups. There are many companies in India that are small scale, which don't have the synergy. Like there will be some downstream SSP which is there, but they don't have the upstream pelletization. So we want to be a big company. So we are open to new opportunities, new ventures, and using the other small scale synergies. Suppose if the two small scale companies, we don't want to keep competing. We want to grow together. We want to form a big company. So both, we keep planning our own expansion, and we are looking all the time, looking for good
Measures,
opportunities
yes,
from the market.
yes, good collaborations.
Okay. Next question, please. Mitesh Vora, what is the revenue the recycled pellet segment can bring at full capacity utilization? Also, in how many years do you expect the same to be fully occupied?
So recycle pellets is, obviously it's a very new product in the market, very, very new product, but it will take, say, a few months for us to completely full, because these are extrusion based. So, you have to run it at full capacity. So in the next few months, we do expect it to reach full capacity. The turnover we are expecting is around 30 crores from the rPET line.
Which is already installed in the factory. There's no
Yeah, it's already.
expansion money going in that
Yeah.
project.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next, please.
Next question. Jayesh Lal, where do we source our raw materials from? What is the cost per kg of the same and what are our average NSR?
Jayji, if you can explain what NSR is,
Net
we
sales, net
wouldn't
sales
know
rate.
what.
Yeah, yeah. Net sales rate.
Net sales. Okay. Yes. Okay.
So
Source
we are
of raw
buying raw.
material is all local.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, no, you take
मतलब आई
this.
वाज जस्ट सेइंग कि कचरे की कमी तो है नहीं, कचरे की कोई कमी नहीं है, कचरे की एवरीवेयर कचरा सबसे सब जगह से आता है. So we get waste from, obviously, the local areas is where the main focus of the collection is. Varun ji can explain more about the raw material sourcing now.
So the cost basically, so as we speak today, the cost of bottles around 40 to 45 rupees, depending on from what region we are collecting the bottles. And the average selling price for Divyadhan, because we are operating in the niche fiber segment, is anywhere between 80 to 90 rupees. So all the three fibers that we are making, we are selling from 80 to 90 rupees. However, the factories that are operating in the spinning segment, they would usually be procuring the same raw material at 40 to 45 rupees, but selling their fiber anywhere between 60 to 65 rupees.
Okay. Next question, please. Jignesh V. Is GESL Spinners Group company of Ganesha Ecotech your direct competitor in North India?
Well, sir, Jignesh ji, they are, I would not say competitors, because we can only compare an apple to an apple. We are a very, very, we are very new relatively, and the scale of our business and their business, there's a huge difference. But yes, they are in the same, absolutely same space of work. And our
Next
fiber
question.
sells at either similar or even 1 rupee higher premium in few categories compared to the company that we've just mentioned.
Okay. Next question. IPO Central India. What is the defensibility of your business? What are entry barriers?
Defensibility of the business, of any business, I think, as promoters, both Pratik and I believe, is the ability to be ahead of the curve, to the ability to understand how and where the market is going to pivot, what is going to be the future of recycling these days. On a very fast pace, new technologies are coming. So to be able to forecast of where the industry is going to go is basically the defensibility of our business. There are, of course, other USPs that Dividend enjoys, but to stay relevant in the market, you have to really be able to predict what is going to be the future of the business that you're operating in. And the entry barriers, I believe, are high capex. Of course, it is a very, very capex inclusive project, and also it takes a lot of time for any new player to come in, to understand the market, to establish a supply chain, to procure raw material, boiler fuel, chemicals. There are a lot of things that have to come in synergy and work. So yes, these are few of the entry barriers. Next question, please.
Manan, why did the EBITDA margins dip from 7.4 to 4.8%?
This, I think, the expert, finance expert from Narnolia Group will take. So they will explain better. We people are more about what is happening in the business, what we are going to do forward. All these numbers, I think,
But I don't think
experts
these.
will explain.
I don't think these figures are correct. This is not correct.
Exactly.
The
Our margins have not fallen, but still,
the
if
other
someone
income
has a
is part. Yeah, yeah.
I think there is
Krishna,
some
The other
I
income
think
is part and parcel of the business. It's a part of the business. EBITDA margin is not dipped.
the PBT margin is growing in
Correct.
every year.
Thank you.
so, sir, shall we take the next question?
yes, or maybe Mr. Manan can
Yes, EBITDA margins have not
quickly
dipped.
explain.
Yeah.
It has not dipped.
Okay. Next question, please. Chirag, I am unclear on the fact of revenue going 2.5 times. Was it based on gross block and 15 to 70 CR capex in plant would add 50 CR additional revenue? You want to say that?
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely, yes. And this is, we can't be very clear about, we on public domain we cannot inform about numbers, but this is what someone like you has to really understand from this object of issue, that as I told you, that we have more than enough space in the factory. The sheds are already there, and whatever raise we are doing is going only and only the main machines. There is no investment going in any kind of ancillary machines. We have already enough surplus power. There is no money going in enhancement of power, no money going in any civil. And Mr. Pratik also pointed out, if today you want to have 2.5 times of revenue growth, and you want to invest and come out with a absolutely fresh project, this will not happen in even 3 times the money that we are trying to raise. So there's a huge value which is hidden, which probably we'll be able to prove and show to the world in next 15 to 16 months.
Thank you. Next question, please. Prakash Chopra, what is your dividend policy if you have any?
Sir, at the moment, we have never given any dividend from the company. We were stabilizing, we were repaying debt, and also showing profits. Going forward, maybe the right person in the company taking care of the finance would probably come out with the dividend policy.
Next question, please. Chirag, with stable sales with short-term debt is increasing, can I say that we are facing some headwinds in the industry?
I really, to be honest, didn't understand the question. Can you maybe phrase it in some other way, or if Mr. Pratik can take this with stable
Short
sales?
term no. So basically the position that you have to see the current ratio. The current ratio is healthy, so if short term debt is increasing, so are the assets. So it is a feature of the current ratio. This is not relevant. We are not facing any headwind in the industry. Industry is doing very well and will continue to be doing well. Yes, next question please.
Contra value bets in Himachal Pradesh, where majority of revenue comes, why have they come down in financial year 24?
जहाँ पे सबसे ज़्यादा कंट्रीब्यूशन आएगा वहाँ पे सेल होएगी. So we cannot always say that we will only sell in this one location or the other location. It is a lot to do with the function of where we get the maximum contribution, and I believe this is in now in your best interest as well, that we sell wherever we get the highest rate. Yes.
Next question, please. Aditya Mutha, what is price differential in PSF and recycled fiber, and same for pellets also?
Varun, can you take this? Just 1 minute, please.
Yes, so the virgin fiber probably would trade 15 to 20 rupees higher at max. The difference exists between 10 to 20 rupees, and same is with pellets. We are the non-food grade pellets that we are selling at the moment is at 80 rupees, and the virgin pellets would be somewhere between 90 to 9800 rupees. So there's a difference of price band of minimum 10 rupees and going upwards till 20 rupees in both the virgin and recycle category in both the segments. Next question,
Okay.
please.
Next question, please. Chirag, as you already said, we don't have issue related demand and we are getting bounded by capacity. Does this means that new asset will get utilized within couple of years?
Sir, the new asset, the moment it is in production, the new asset will be
Will
completely
be
utilized from the first day. From the
yes.
first day, we have orders. We are increasing our wash line from 20 tons per day to 70 tons. From the very first day when we start the factory, we just have to buy more raw material where the supply chain is already existing. And from the very first day, we'll be working at full capacity.
Next question, please. Aditya Mutha, what is the price differential between recycled product and virgin product?
We have just
So it
answered
is,
this.
yeah, it is different. Some products you get premium also. Some product it's different, variable. It is a business secret. This is a business secret.
Next question. Darshil Zaveri, do we have the ability to pass on increased prices of raw materials?
Yes, the
Yes,
market
because we have
generally, yeah,
suppliers. Please,
yeah.
please Pratik, take it.
Generally, because one advantage we have is that we are almost net zero debt. That is a big advantage. Our location advantage. Baddi has very little power cost compared to other states, so we have a power benefit there. We have the state subsidies there. We have central subsidies. We have the EPR credit. So financially, I think we are really way ahead of our competitors in terms of operational costs. So anyway, we find it very easy to compete in the market. We never had a feeling that we have to reduce the quality of our product or anything to make the ends meet, which other people might do. So yes, whatever the cost increase happens, sometimes we get the benefit, sometimes we don't. But our quality is pretty much the same, and generally the market price determines the raw material and sales price. Anything to add, Varun? If you okay, okay.
No,
Next
no, no.
question, please.
Perfect. Perfect.
Cogent Invest, apart from the plastics, which other materials we are using for making our products?
So plastics is a very broad word. Right now we are using PET scrap. कचरे की बॉटल में कैप होता है, लेबल होता है, बॉटल होती है, उसके अंदर मट्टी भी होती है. तो this is all our raw material. Okay, so this is HD is also our raw material. PP is also our raw material. The LDP labels also our raw material. So we have to recycle everything in the plastic. So this is the next step of our project is going to be where we recycle other plastics as well. So plastic itself 117 120 items, so it's a big industry, big raw material. So uh, we will primarily be recycling plastics.
Next question, please. Sir, I think we have covered majority of questions.
Okay, wonderful,
Yes,
wonderful.
thank you everyone.
So
Thank you,
we
Varun
really
sir. Thank you,
thank all of
Pratik
you
sir.
for
Thank
taking
you.
out the time and
And
showing
I hope
interest.
all your questions were answered. We hope you help us on our journey, and buy some shares for your grandchildren, as we started off as, and we will continue to keep doing the hard work. And there's a thank you, sir. Thank you, Navya ji, for the
Thank you so
brief
much,
on the IPO. Thank you.
Vaishnavi. There was a question related to EBITDA margin. Na?
Okay,
Yes.
Yes,
did we?
I was clarified that EBITDA is growing every year. You can see in
yes,
22
yes.
EBITDA is 5%. In
It's not for
23 EBITDA is was 8%. In 24 it is 10%. So it is growing every year.
G. G, 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 G.
Okay,
Yes, very
Thank you
Pratik.
so
important.
much
Yes.
for everyone's best wishes. We are really humbled, and we see that our story has been well accepted. We have really had a beautiful journey in Divyadhan till now, and now we are shifting gears, and we will probably everyone would be witnessing as a part of Divyadhan, and we'll do growth together.
Thank you. All the best for the
Thank you.
IPO.
All the
Thank,
best.
Thank you.
thank you, G.
Best of
Thank
luck.
you. Thank
Thank you.
you. Thank you, Vaishnavi ji. Thank you, Prashant. Thank you.
Thank you so much.